Tell me how, I got nothing to say. Tell me why my tombstone is blank. 'Cause I'm not the one who will try. I'm not letting life pass me by. And tell me when the days are less gray. And tell me where is the road to less pain. How many days before I decay? It's getting so hard to get by. Where are all my trophies in life? And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. Set to sail to a place I can't say. Live a life worthy of chase. The time is today. New blood in my veins. I won't be the joker in life, playing the part I don't like. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. Yeah. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. 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 Oh my goodness! The Bloodline! We waited 2.5 years for them to get exciting. We waited 2.5 years for them
to develop some emotion, some interest. Tonight was the first night since WrestleMania 40 that the Bloodline has actually felt like the Bloodline. What took them so long? Why now all of a sudden did they want to reveal themselves? LA Knight, yeah, and Solo Sikoa. I can't forget Solo Sikoa. Oh, but Femi and Bron Breaker is now official. And man, oh man, I can't wait for that one. Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio had a banger tonight. Not surprising. And Big Cass and Javon Evans. Whatever they got going on, it's working. Some great heel heat for my guy Big Cass. I got heel heat. A lot of it. I love it. We're going to the venue where it's also hot. We're serving them up cold. Ice cold. And when I get there on this Monday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
It also isn't about excuses. WWE has failed creatively. AEW has failed fundamentally. So why did Triple H lose the plot? Why did Tony Khan abandon everything that made AEW special? Because nobody is committed to the one thing that actually matters: long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for your August 17th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. You know, I was on my way to not liking Monday Night Raw. I was about to give up on Monday Night Raw until Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio. They had a banger match. And then after that match, we got the main event segment, which is Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Jey Uso delivering Solo Sikoa to Roman Reigns in the main event segment tonight. And they saved that for the very end, of course. I was on my way to not liking Monday Night Raw. They actually turned in a decent show tonight on what I thought was a very unenthusiastic beginning, unenthusiastic start to Monday Night Raw tonight in Buffalo, which was legitimately spearheaded by a bunch of lucha matches that I don't think anybody genuinely gave a single shit about. It's tough to have El Fiscal wrestle on Monday night and then have Buffalo, New York, ask Buffalo, New York, to emotionally give a shit about El Fiscal and Dr. Wagner Jr., who, I mean, it's like watching fucking paint dry. Boring. Boring. Just give me Penta and Rey Fenix and just end this boring tournament. We all know how it's going to end up. The Bloodline. The Bloodline has largely been boring ever since they got back with Roman Reigns. Nothing's been done that's new, refreshing, exciting, unpredictable, emotional. It's all been the same shit. Coming out of WrestleMania 40, we all got excited because WWE was giving us something new. Or at least we thought. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, who just came out of a World Championship level program with both Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, goes into the first Monday Night Raw of the new season, Raw after Mania, and confronts the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Everybody gets excited. This is a match everybody's been wanting to see since Jacob Fatu walked into the WWE. We got one match, he lost. We got a second match, he lost. And then on commentary, we had Michael Cole use the terms of neutered and domesticated. Like this guy was some fucking dog on a leash, Jacob Fatu. This is a world championship level performer. And they had this guy fall in line with Roman Reigns. They had him on his knees acknowledging Roman Reigns. Coming out of a world championship level program with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes in the first 4 months of 2026. If you were a little annoyed and you were unenthused by this development, I am not surprised. Jacob Fatu deserved a lot better. And we're starting Monday night the way that we started Friday night. This fucking guy. You better watch out, Karan. They may claim that this is me in disguise, Karan. You know, because I donate to myself, remember? $100 super chats. I do it to myself, or I have a team of people that do it for me to accelerate the $100 super chats from this point on. You know all the rumors, apparently, right, Karan? Karan with a $100 super chat. This guy is donating to me on his birthday. Hey, JD, it's my birthday. So just showing some love. Keep up the good work. And the Bloodline segment was actually good after so long. Felt like 2024 SmackDown all over again. Karan, this guy's a beast. This guy's a beast. This guy's a beast. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Getting the ball rolling on this Monday night, man. It's exactly what we love to see. It's the energy that we like to see here in the venue. Jacob Fatu was domesticated. He was neutered. From that point on, we didn't get much of anything new. Roman Reigns now calls Monday Night Raw his home. He's the World Heavyweight Champion. This is his show. This is the A Championship now after he called it a secondary belt many, many years ago. You know, when he was 1300-day WWE Champion, he called Seth Rollins the B Champion. His belt was basically created because Vince McMahon did not want Roman Reigns to lose the WWE Championship. Yes, he did indeed say that. It's on record. He actually said it verbally with The Rock standing in the ring. Week after week, month after month, we got nothing. We got nothing. Come to tonight. I can sit here and honestly tell you that tonight, The Bloodline felt like the Bloodline of 3 years ago. Tonight felt like the Bloodline was actually a faction that meant something, that had a lot to gain and a lot to lose. Tonight, the Bloodline felt important. Though, and I know WWE knows this, and I know you know it. I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. What they did tonight was the best segment that the Bloodline has had since WrestleMania 40. It's a long time, chat. That's a long time. That's 2.5 years worth of Bloodline segments. We didn't get anything that even resembled pre-WrestleMania 40 up until tonight. Everybody played their part perfectly. Jey Uso was jovial and excited because he did something right. The tribal chief told him to go do something. He did it, and he welcomed Jey Uso tonight and rewarded him with an Fala. Jimmy Uso, he's just as excited as his brother Jey. He's rewarded with an Fala. They delivered Solo Sikoa to the tribal chief Roman Reigns tonight. The game plan worked. This was the best segment that the Bloodline had since WrestleMania 40. And I would not be me if I didn't mention it. This was basically a carbon copy of what they did at the Royal Rumble 3 years ago, before WrestleMania 39. This was a carbon copy of what they did with Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, and the chair shot heard around the world, where Sami Zayn put a chair right into the back, right into the heart of Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns wanted Sami, as the honorary Uso, to blast his best friend Kevin Owens with a steel chair. He opted to go after the tribal chief. They basically ran the same angle back from WrestleMania 39 season. You might not care. You might look at it as, well, JD, this is LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. Two different characters. They are completely different than Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Though you may be correct, geek, I call out the lack of creativity, because the Bloodline has been largely the same since post-WrestleMania 40. And even though tonight's segment went off the way that it did and got people excited and had some layer to it, and now we go into Money in the Bank questioning what's going to happen. Again, I would not be me if I didn't call out the fact that WWE is just running the same play with the Bloodline that they ran 3 years ago, with characters that aren't there as emotionally invested. We're not emotionally invested like we were in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. There's no way you can even compare the two character-wise. So how new, how fresh is what they did tonight? Not much. Not much. But outside that criticism, it worked. And it does offer some story now going into Sunday night's main event, this championship match that we have on September 14th in Mexico City with Roman Reigns against either Penta or hopefully Rey Fenix, which it will be Penta. That's the obvious choice there. And then obviously going into Money in the Bank. The question now is, what does WWE do with LA Knight and Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship or World Heavyweight Championship? The way that they played this thing out, all the fan theories that we all fantasize about for the last 7 days, WWE actually gave you that tonight. Solo Sikoa was the one in all these theories. Well, if he falls in line and he attacks LA Knight because he falls in line with Roman Reigns, maybe he works from within. Maybe him and LA Knight collude and he kills the Bloodline from within, coming up with this devious plan to take the WWE World Heavyweight Championship from Roman Reigns when he's not thinking, when he least expects it. At Money in the Bank, we just run the same angle back, I guess, because that's what WWE loves to do, that we did at the Royal Rumble 3 years ago with Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. And we run into a similar situation with everybody down, and it's just LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns wants Solo to deliver the Samoan Spike to LA Knight. And he doesn't do it. And he does it to Roman instead, giving LA Knight the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and a monumental moment with LA Knight becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Roman Reigns, and finally becoming a world champion. I mean, it sounds very poetic. It sounds great. I'd love to see it. We know it's not going to happen. It may happen. The odds are very low. WWE ran the Solo Sikoa angle tonight. He didn't hesitate at all. He Samoan spiked Roman Reigns into oblivion and then fist bumped LA Knight. And they were the ones that stood tall at the end of the segment. So WWE is clearly going with Solo Sikoa as a babyface. LA Knight is clearly being set up for Roman Reigns in the World Heavyweight Championship. But the X factor in all of this, there's actually two X factors in all of this. Jacob Fatu didn't lift a fucking finger. After Roman Reigns berated him to not touch LA Knight, Jacob Fatu stood in the corner like a good little soldier and did not lift a fucking finger to stop Solo Sikoa or LA Knight. Number two, Roman Reigns seems to be going down that path that lost him the World Heavyweight Championship the first time around. He's a deviant. He's got an ego. He's power hungry. And he loves to show it off. He loves to let people know it's his way or nothing at all. He's making the same mistakes now in 2026 as he made in 2024, which lost him the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes. Now we're looking at Jacob Fatu survey the land. He's like Terminator. He sees what happened. He heard what Roman Reigns had to say to him. We didn't pick up on all of it, but Roman told him, don't do nothing. I got this. I told you not to touch LA Knight. Don't touch LA Knight. And he's looking at LA Knight deliver a BFT to Roman Reigns. He's looking at Solo and LA Knight take out his family, Jimmy and Jey Uso. It's time. Jacob Fatu has remained in the bloodline way too long. Jacob Fatu has been hidden away from the WWE universe for all these months, and he's been a shell of what he was when he first got here. WWE had him on a nice track to be a breakout star, standing next to Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker and Femi, the Javon Evans of the WWE. All of them were the future of WWE. I remember we had a face-off or a stare-down on a random Raw with Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker. And everybody got excited over what was a 10-second stare-down. And everybody pointed that as to a WrestleMania main event. When, where, nobody knows. Where's that Jacob Fatu? That Jacob Fatu was the one standing in the corner watching Roman Reigns get fucking beaten down, getting his ass beat by LA Knight and Solo Sikoa, who didn't lift a fucking finger. That's the Jacob Fatu that stood there. Are we looking at Jacob Fatu realizing that Roman Reigns sold him on bullshit? We may be looking at the deterioration of the bloodline all over again. And the two geeks that will be there till the very end will be Jimmy and Jey Uso, because they are the lackeys. Jacob Fatu's not a lackey. Solo Sikoa, clearly the last few weeks, has been anything but a lackey. He's been more over than both of his brothers combined. It's Solo Sikoa's time. Jacob Fatu has been hidden away in the bloodline and has been suppressed for whatever reason. Let's get him out of there. And let's get him back on track the way he was going into WrestleMania this year. Even though they ran back the same angle that they did 3 years ago at the Royal Rumble with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, it was effective enough to make you feel something. It was effective enough to get the intrigue out of the Bloodline. It was effective enough to a point where it gave us a little bit of a dose of unpredictability. We all thought Solo Sikoa may end up aiding LA Knight in the World Heavyweight Championship match against Roman Reigns. We may be looking at Jacob Fatu be that guy now. And we may be looking at Solo and LA Knight along with whomever. Royce Keys is out. Remember, he's out. Jacob Fatu was tasked on taking Royce Keys out. He didn't really want to do that, but he had to. Royce Keys, Jacob Fatu. We may be looking at WWE, obviously, setting up War Games. Solo, LA Knight, Royce Keys, Jacob Fatu against Roman Reigns, the Usos, and whomever else they want to put in that situation. I thought it was the best Bloodline segment, though a rerun, the best Bloodline segment post-WrestleMania 40. Elsewhere on this show, Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio had a great Intercontinental Championship match. I thought they'd actually save that for Mexico City. I was surprised to see that done tonight. Rey Mysterio had sold the crowd on a new champion. He really got Buffalo, New York wanting a title change already, and Chad Gable just won the belt at SummerSlam from Penta in the beginning of the month. This crowd wanted a new champion. That's how good the match was between both Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio. We had the Lucha Tournament continue. Now, I understand that it's not the most exciting thing in the world because who can possibly give a shit about Dr. Wagner Jr. and El Fiscal? I was waiting for the fucking Green Ranger to come out to play his fucking flute and summon Dragonzord. Then we had Stephanie Vaquer, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan still continue their feud over the WWE Women's Championship. And Bron Breakker, he's got his match with Femi. Finally. And if there's one thing I'm looking forward to on WWE TV out of everything that we've gotten, it is that. Is that what his name is? Dragonzord? Yeah. I used to watch Power Rangers. I got some of the old figures still, man. They're opened, but I still got some of the old figures. I think I got, what do I got? I got the Red Ranger and I got the Blue Ranger, I think. Like original, like Series 1 figures. Man, I wish I had them still in the box seal. I would sell them for some mega money, you know? Yeah. Good old Green Ranger, man. Rest in peace to the Green Ranger. What a fucking icon he was, huh? Anyway. Thank you guys very much. We got another bomb in here. Holy shit. Holy fucking God. We got another bomb in here. Another $100 super chat. With yo boy Pete coming in here. I want to start with a shout out to Matt Olson for cashing me out tonight with his double, which led to this super chat. For my wrestling portion, this AAA tournament is the best thing to happen to Raw, and it shows off talent. We got great wrestling on this show tonight. Yo boy Pete. Love it, brother. Love it. Issa, I gotta stop donating money to myself, you know? I gotta stop donating money to myself. What did Matt Olson do tonight? I gotta see. Did they lose? Of course they lost. Of course they lost. The Phillies won 4 in a row, man. We were 9.5 up. Ain't going good now. Braves won 8 in a row, and then they can't seemingly win a fucking game. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to go over this show tonight. I appreciate you very much. Shout out to the Demon Diva in the chat. We love you, sir. We're going to go over this show tonight. Thank you very much for all your support. This is your Monday Night Raw post show right here on Off the Scripts. We got a wheel happening tonight, so we got a goal. We're already 8 out of 10. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that we'll meet the goal. Everybody that donates, Pete, and we got Karan coming in big. They got 11 spots on the wheel. If we meet the goal, everybody that donates tonight gets an extra spot on the wheel. Shout out to Marcus B, who won Friday's wheel. His package, the OTS Care package that we're sending him, going out tomorrow afternoon in the mail. So he should get his stuff. Love it. We'll have some fun with the wheel, so let's try and meet that goal. I know you guys will take care of that. Anybody else wants in, completely up to you. Super chats are open. It's the best way to support the show here on Off the Script. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go and check out all the other content on the channel. Programming note, there will be no 2 count with the coach tomorrow. We're taking the week off. Coach has got some fatherly duties to take care of. So there's no 2 count tomorrow. So don't look for it. We'll be back next Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. But the Solid Monster and I will be live on Tuesday Night Titans, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, sharp. When you hear that 4 Horsemen-like theme, you know that we're coming. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. Some really good stuff that we got lined up. Some great wrestling discussion as always. TNT tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. We will be live. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for, I'm gonna put the goal tonight at a modest 900. 900 likes is the goal tonight. Leave a comment down below. Helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. We love thumbs up and we love comments. Everything helps. So make sure you guys go and do that. Tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. Make sure you guys sign up at BlueChew.com. Blue Chew Gold is what we're talking about tonight. You buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd month for free. You're going to get 10% off your first order and free overnight shipping when you use code JD at checkout. That's code JD at checkout at BlueChew.com. There was something else I wanted to mention, but I forgot what it was. It must not be that important. We're going to get right into the show. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys have made already August one of the most successful months of August that we've ever had. So thank you guys very much for all your support. Oh, my goodness. Hey, JD, will you talk about the Ilja Dragunov news later in this stream? I will definitely be talking about it with Jason tomorrow on TNT. I find that to be fucking ridiculous. I think that's fucking awful, to be quite honest with you. They won't push Ilja Dragunov on TV because of analytics. You got a world-class professional wrestler who works for a professional wrestling company, and you won't feature him on TV. There's no visa issues. There's no injury. You won't feature him on TV because of analytics. Huh? The WWE that you once knew is dead. This company now is using AI-generated fucking bots to scour match time, watch time, analytics, engagement, clickable rates, and all this other nonsense that they find important. Live gate, people who get up from their seats, people who don't get up from their seats, people who watch the fucking show on their phone while they're live in the arena. You name it. WWE is treating you like a fucking analytic. Like a number. Now, we can't put Ilja Dragunov on TV because people just don't find him interesting. Really now? Yes, because I'm sure the audience finds Nia Jax interesting. Yes, because the audience finds Trash Legend interesting, right? Sure. Yes, the audience loves the Bella Twins on TV every fucking week, right? Sure thing, Triple H. Yes, the company loves, the fans love Paige when she's on TV. Silence. How many more people can we mention that are on TV? How about Jade Cargill, who comes out to fucking crickets? Meat Shin and B-Fab. Yes, those people are on TV, but you can't find fucking time for Ilja Dragunov. Give me a motherfucking break. Give me a break. I don't know. I mean, the guy was the United States champion and basically carried SmackDown on his fucking balls because the show was fucking terrible. You made him United States champion and you had him run with wrestling exhibitions on Friday night for weeks. Was he boring then? Did you scour his fucking engagement online for numbers and statistics? Then? WWE, the wrestling in WWE, if you're a professional wrestler in WWE, you are nothing more than a number. You're not even a professional wrestler anymore. You're a statistic to an AI bot that Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro have programmed to fucking bury you. Because they hate professional wrestling. They don't give a fuck about professional wrestling. They give a fuck about the money that they're lining in their pockets. They don't give a fuck about you or the fans. Fuck out of here. Oh, we don't find Ilja Dragunov interesting. We can't put him on TV, but I gotta watch fucking TV with Elfish Skull on my TV. Yes. Yes, thank you a lot. Thank you very much, Triple H. Thank you very much. Thank you. Which is why I guess Joe Hendry has been buried. Ah, yes, Shinsuke Nakamura is coming back with Hiromu Takahashi. Yes, I'm sure that'll be mega interesting. I can't wait for them to show up on week 1 and then promptly be removed because the AI bot realized that their engagement is so fucking low that nobody gives a shit about Hiromu. Who? Oh, some New Japan bum. Okay. Yeah, let's bring him on in. Let's bring him on in. And we'll return Shinsuke Nakamura for about, what is this, the 8th time now? They had to fucking scour the beaches of South Florida just to bring this guy back to the fucking television show for the 8th time. And the 8th time, nobody will give a fuck about Shinsuke Nakamura. Sorry, Issa. Nobody will give a fuck about Shinsuke Nakamura. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Nah, but we can't put Ilja Dragunov on TV, man. Yeah, it's great. Fantastic. Which is why Jordan Grace isn't on TV. Which is why Ricky Starks isn't on TV. Saints? Who the fuck is Saints? Ricky Starks. Now, you wanted me to talk about that Street Fighter. There you go. We'll do it in a more calmly and organized manner on TNT tomorrow. Start this show off. We open things up on Monday night with This may have been the greatest open to Monday Night Raw of all time. Am I right, chat, or am I right, chat? Come on now. You gotta. Am I right? Stephanie Vaquer. She comes on out. They recap last week's back and forth with Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. She said that wrestling is her first language. She called Liv to the ring and she wanted to fight. A woman of few words, all action is Stephanie Vaquer. Excuse me. Liv's music played, She comes on out with Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. She said that Becky alleged that her holding the title negates all the progress people like her have made. What progress are we making with this title? She's had one singular title defense, and that was at SummerSlam against Io Sky. She won over Io, who we haven't seen since. So what progress are we exactly making with the women's heavyweight championship? Anybody? Or is it collecting dust? It's more like a prop than anything. She said she doesn't care. And she leaned heavily into this just awkward laugh that she does. And she does the fucking greatest champion of all time. And she hangs on to the all. Bro, it gives me just cringe chills when I listen to Liv Morgan do this horrible catchphrase. Stephanie told her to come to the ring. Liv accepted the invite while laughing it off because there was a 3-on-1 situation here, saying that she'd regret it. So Stephanie outmaneuvered Raquel and Roxanne, but Liv then tackled her down. Vaquer starts beating up Liv and kicked her in the face. Raquel and Roxanne come back and start attacking Stephanie. It's a 3-on-1 here until Becky comes out for the save. The Judgment Day were overwhelmed. So they get things back in order. Perez gave Vaquer a pop rocks, and that was basically the end of the segment. They really wanted to fixate on Roxanne getting that shot in on Stephanie because Stephanie is going to be back in the ring next week on Raw, and her first opponent back is going to be Roxanne Perez. If I remember, I do think that they had one match on Monday Night Raw, and it wasn't really all that good. So hopefully this is a lot better next week on Monday. I mean, this was nothing really special. Stephanie comes on out, does the same thing, says the same thing that we saw in previous weeks. Becky comes on out, does the same thing as in previous weeks. Liv Morgan didn't really say anything new. This was basically paint by numbers shit just to get you from this week into next week where Stephanie's going to wrestle one-on-one. It's basically all it was. It was a setup to next week with Stephanie getting back in the ring and wrestling for the first time since WrestleMania. Jimmy and Jey Uso. They were backstage and they were very, very happy. Elated were the Usos. So they called Solo Sikoa out of their locker room. And they're making fun of him and they're making fun of the pew-pew. So he comes on out and he's walking in between them. He looked a little annoyed and a little dejected because he lost this match to Jey Uso last week. So they're making fun of him and they're kind of just low-key burying him here. Just super happy that they finally did something right. And Roman wanted Solo delivered and they're now delivering him to Roman Reigns. They walk down the locker room hallway and they run into LA Knight. Solo and LA Knight look at each other. The Usos then told Solo that the tribal chief was waiting. They didn't really want to waste time with LA Knight. So they entered the locker room. Jimmy Uso does a really slow and long closing of the locker room door and starts laughing at LA Knight until it closes. So they feel like they're on cloud nine because they finally did something right. And the tribal chief is going to be very pleased with both of them. So we go into a commercial and we come back with Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonagh out there with McDonagh wrestling Javon Evans in the opening match. So the Judgment Day got no entrance and Javon Evans got no entrance. Live on Netflix, unless you watch with a VPN. You can add this to the list of things that one would assume is a punishment of Dominic Mysterio. The AAA Mega Campeon can't even get a fucking in-ring entrance with his buddy J.D. McDonagh. The Judgment Day can't get a fucking entrance on Monday night because Dominic Mysterio spoke out about how WWE doesn't know how to use him. They don't know what to do with him. And he said these things back in May, and now he seemingly has been punished for it, as evidenced by what he's been doing since then, and a clear-cut burial of Dominic Mysterio happening at SummerSlam with Danhausen. So Javon Evans and J.D. McDonagh go one-on-one here, impromptu match. Apparently this got started during the commercial break because Evans came out and called out Big Cass. So Dominic was then out there complaining about not being in the Lucha Tournament. I mean, does he really want to be in the Lucha Tournament to go and wrestle Roman Reigns, knowing that it's an inevitability that he will be jobbed out to Roman Reigns? He's really making a big deal about this tournament that he was never going to win. I don't really understand what the appeal is here. But he's complaining about him not being in the tournament. So, we got this match impromptu. It went about 10 minutes. Good stuff here. Javon Evans has got a nice string of momentum. And J.D. McDonagh, I mean, the guy could have a good match with a fucking Victoria's Secret mannequin. He's fucking great. So we got this impromptu match. We go and pick it up after the commercial break. Evans, he connected on his red dot, and then a kick to the back of the neck on J.D. McDonagh. Springboard clothesline. He goes for recovery, gets a 2 count. McDonagh avoided the OG cutter, hits a brainbuster for a near fall. McDonagh then climbed the ropes for a moonsault. Evans cut him off. He climbed up with him, and I don't know what they were planning. Knowing Javon Evans, it was probably something ridiculous. J.D. McDonagh escaped. McDonagh went for a moonsault again. Evans avoided that, and then he ended up on the top rope, jumping off. OG cutter, 1, 2, 3, and he pins J.D. McDonagh in about 10 minutes. I think Javon Evans is great. I think Javon Evans is on a clear path to the Intercontinental title, as he should be. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I think that's the right place for him. You know, speaking of analytics and statistics, you know who we see less of now? Ethan Page. WWE was so heavy and so hasty to push Ethan Page, and we've scaled Ethan Page back a lot. I don't know why. I think Ethan Page is great. There's one thing that this show needs is a proper heel, especially in that mid-card, where right now we don't really have any. Page and Rusev both off TV. Where's Ethan Page? It's kind of odd that he just disappeared all of a sudden. Javon Evans is great. But it would not hurt WWE to give J.D. McDonagh a win every now and then. Seriously. Why is J.D. McDonagh the resident jobber 100% of the time? Why can't he be the resident jobber 85% of the time, 90% of the time? He loses every fucking match he's in. When is the guy going to get a win? I mean, the guy is a world-class professional wrestler. You mean to tell me that J.D. McDonagh all of a sudden forgot how to win a fucking wrestling match? It's a little ridiculous. You can't have guys like this lose every fucking time, even though they turn out great in-ring performances. You got to give them a little something every now and then. That's just the way that I think about it. After the match was over, Big Cass comes on out, and he attacked Evans from behind. I am here to report that this time, Corey Graves did commentate over Big Cass's appearance. So you can dead that narrative right now. Because I've seen some people pick up on it. Well, he didn't really commentate during Big Cass's 2 appearances, JD. Do you think there's still residual heat there? I don't know, guys. Corey Graves is a fucking professional. He's a happily married man with children. I think he'll be fine. Big Cass attacked Evans from behind. He stomped away at Evans in the corner. Graves called it a cheap shot. Michael Cole called it a cowardly attack. Cass gave Evans a big bear hug and then into his East River crossing, sidewalk slam. This is now 3 East River crossings in as many weeks. When he left the ring, Evans, breathing heavy on the microphone, told Big Cass as he was walking away, "Is that all you got?" So Michael Cole told Evans to quit. Evans, he's still there. Big Cass returns to the ring. Evans gets a cheap shot on him, knocked him down, and then dove through the ropes and tackled him through the ropes. So Dominic was standing out there, and he was intercepting Evans and threw him into the ring post. So Dom and JD then ran away. Maybe Big Cass joins the Judgment Day. Who knows? Maybe Big Cass is going to end up in the Judgment Day. Would be rather odd, but I could see it. They do need another male member of the Judgment Day. It's basically a female faction. So Cass then dragged Evans by his hair and threw him into the ringside barricade. And this was basically all she wrote here for Javon Evans. Now, Big Cass did say at first it wasn't personal, that there would be more bodies stacked. He was going to stack more bodies week by week. I guess what he did tonight was make it very personal. We just don't know why. You know, he claimed he comes back and he says he's going to be stacking bodies, and it's not personal. So now he's done it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I would say after the second time, it became personal. So now WWE needs to give us a reason as to why Big Cass has now targeted Javon Evans. You can't go on and have this happen just randomly because. We need a reason as to why. Now it's up to WWE to give us a reason as to why he's now attacked Javon Evans the way that he has 3 straight weeks. Once was all right. 2 times you start asking, all right, well, that's not really, by accident anymore. That's very personal. 3 times it's like, all right, man, enough is enough. Now we need an explanation. I thought this got great heat. Javon Evans is super over, and he's coming along as a big babyface on Monday night. Big Cass comes on in, and he's this big, tall guy. He looks in the best shape of his life. I don't know how much of this audience remembers Cass from Enzo and Cass, but I think this got over as well as it did because people loved Javon Evans, and he had a great match with JD McDonagh. Dominic was out there. He got the heat ball. He got the heat rolling, or the ball rolling on the heat, with him throwing Javon Evans into the steel post and Big Cass finishing the job. And Big Cass played his role very well. I didn't really like this for him coming on back to the WWE. But if you're going to give me a match like this or feud like this, I'd love to see these two go at it. I think Sunday night's main event is the perfect place to do that. Let's get this guy back in the ring officially, one-on-one, him and Javon Evans, Sunday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia. I thought what they did here was probably the best of all 3 attacks so far from Big Cass on Javon Evans. El Fiscal versus Rey Fenix. This was the opening round of the World Title Tournament. Number 1 contender for Roman Reigns. Shot at Roman Reigns in Mexico City on September 14th. Go, go, Power Rangers! El Fiscal. Who was the little robot? Who was the little robot in the laboratory there? What was his little thing? What did he used to do? I used to watch this show. I used to watch Power Rangers every single week. Coming home from grade school, sitting on my grandma's living room rug. It was that, Darkwing Duck, or Alpha. Ay, 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 ay. I don't know why I sounded half alpha and half Mexican there, like I'm at a fucking Mexican fiesta. Ay, 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 ay. Throws his hands in the air, and it's like, oh my God, man, the world is ending. Alpha 5. See, my favorite were the putties, man. They always came out, man. They were entertaining as all fuck, man. They were probably more athletic than most of these luchadors on the show tonight. You know the putties. They used to jump around, jumping off fucking carousels and random things, light posts. Those putties, man, you don't know where they're going to come out and emerge. They're all over the fucking place. Did I watch Captain Planet? Yes, I did watch Captain Planet. I don't remember much about Captain Planet, but I was young enough to know that I did watch Captain Planet. Yes. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I was a big DuckTales guy. I loved DuckTales. Yeah. Yeah, Seth Rollins had his putties. That's the last time we saw the putties. They were all over the place. You know? I wonder who they got to play those putties, man. Who did they cast to play those putties on Power Rangers? Probably some random fucking anime geeks that just jumped all over the place, huh? I don't know. They probably low-key hired some fucking legitimate ninjas to just come in and just jump all around and get their ass beat every fucking week. Tom and Jerry. No, I wasn't a big Tom and Jerry guy. Pinky and the Brain. That was another one. I was a big Pinky and the Brain guy. More so Brain than Pinky. Scooby-Doo? Nah. I wasn't a big Scooby-Doo guy. Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, I watched it. I wasn't, like, enamored with it. I was more of a Johnny Bravo guy, honestly. I was mainly Japanese footage from Super Sentai. Indigo. Indigo coming in with the factoid here. Animaniacs. Yes, I watched a lot of Animaniacs, bro. That was another one. Yeah. Definitely. Now, we're going back into my fucking childhood, man. What I would give to go back to that day and age, huh? Yes, we had El Fiscal. He went one-on-one with Rey Fenix. Is it me? Or do these lucha matches just feel like they're missing something? First of all, the crowd could not be bothered to give a fuck about El Fiscal because who the fuck is he? Nobody knows who he is. Rey Fenix is the AAA Cruiserweight Champion. You would think he walked in on his first day at work. This guy's the brother of Penta. This guy is one of the best luchadors on the planet. And this guy comes on in and barely gets a reaction. I don't get it. Rey Fenix deserves a lot better. AK, you better watch your fucking mouth. Why don't I have a neck? I very much do have a neck, motherfucker. I have a neck. I got my central air lowered to about 65 degrees in here, man. You can't see my neck because I'm wearing my fucking $60 Alter Bridge hoodie that's keeping me nice and cozy here in my office. Do you fucking mind? Or do you want Hologram or one of the many mods in the chat to get you the fuck out of here? Watch your fucking mouth. I asked in the chat earlier, does anybody else want to get benched? Get out of line. Get out of line and one of the mods will show you the fucking door. Go ahead, test them. I dare you. I dare you. Rey Fenix is one of the best luchadors on the planet. Comes out to barely a reaction. This match went 9 minutes. Really wasn't much to write home about here because you had Rey Fenix against one half of the fucking... I don't know who this guy is. El Fiscal. He comes from AAA. Apparently he's been doing this for 4 years. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Before the break, Fiscal got punted in the head by Rey Fenix. Then he gets a double jump crossbody out to the floor. Fiscal pressed Rey Fenix over his head, dropped him throat first on the top turnbuckle. Fiscal hit a discus lariat, goes for a cover, gets a near fall. Fenix hits an enziguri, followed up with a springboard moonsault. El Fiscal then teased a tombstone, which we come to find out is banned in Mexico, but obviously is still legal in WWE. Fenix countered that with a cradle for a near fall. Fenix then puts El Fiscal in the corner, right on the top turnbuckle, pulls him out. Mexican muscle buster spins him around. 1, 2, 3. And Rey Fenix gets the win. 9 minutes. Crowd popped when Rey Fenix won, but not as much as if Penta won a match. Not really the most exciting stuff. These lucha matches, man, I feel like WWE has dumbed down the luchas on this show for whatever reason. Like, I could see WWE throwing these guys out there and telling them, you can't do what you usually do on AAA. This is the main roster. We got to do things a certain way here. They go wrestle for 9 minutes, 6 minutes if you factor in the 3-minute commercial. I don't know what you could really get out of both of these guys in 6 minutes. But I feel like if they had the handcuffs off and you allowed them to go out there and have a genuine, true lucha match, it may be one of the best things on the show. But what do you expect in Buffalo, New York, where you got one guy who the crowd doesn't know anything about and another guy who they kind of know but don't really give a shit about? Because he's not Penta. This was a tough sell. And it goes to show you that WWE, they want to be in the lucha discussion. They want to be in the lucha culture. They want to do lucha libre. But they don't have really any notable luchas outside of Rey Fenix, Penta, and Rey Mysterio. That's it. Dragon Lee's coming up. Who else is there? El Grande Americano. A German playing a Mexican. He ain't even really a luchador. He's a guy that happened to walk into a fucking situation wearing a mask because one guy got hurt and then took the gimmick over for himself. They don't really have genuine lucha. This WWE sterilized, mundane version of Lucha Libre is not really all that exciting. Rey Fenix was the right winner. Lyra Valkyria. She cuts a vignette. We got this promo vignette. Apparently she is in the bowels of the building like Mick Foley was, somewhere in a boiler room. She's angry and she's jealous of Sol Ruca, replacing her as the new hot rising star in the women's division. She said if you fly around just to show off, that's when bad things can happen. She said she'll make sure she crashes and burns, and then she'll get her Intercontinental title back. Can someone please explain to me what Lyra Valkyria's gimmick is supposed to be? Is she really NXT Nikki Cross, but like not as maniacal? Is that what we're going for here? She looks dirty and she looks homeless. She looks unkempt. She looks like she's got maybe 2 hours of sleep all week. She looks like she hasn't showered. She's got no makeup on. She looked like she was sweating bullets. She might have been in the boiler room. I have no fucking idea. What is she supposed to be? What is the gimmick direction for Lyra? Is she crazy in a way like she's Nikki Cross crazy? Or is she crazy thinking that everybody else is wrong and she's the only one that's right? Because we've seen that. That's Triple H's favorite type of character. That's Triple H's favorite type of heel. They got to be crazy, and they got to speak their truth and be right most of the time. But they're somehow the heel. She looks like a drug addict. She looks like someone who needs another hit. Yes. I don't think this gimmick is going anywhere. I mean, how could it when she beat Bayley at Madison Square Garden and then they kept her off TV for 4 fucking weeks? Apparently she was on TV, but she was in a commercial break. They didn't really do anything to get her over in front of a nationally televised audience. She was only there in the arena during a commercial break. I don't know what they need to do with this gimmick, but they really need to kind of turn on the fucking burner and get this shit going. Because they seemingly are dropping the ball on Lyra, and it ain't going anywhere. This is another one of those matches that suffered from, how am I supposed to care about this woman when we don't really know what the fuck she is or what she's about? Everybody loves Sol Ruca. But the indifference towards Lyra was very, very noticeable. This goes 11 minutes. You know what a heel turn needs? Some wins. Apparently WWE thinks Lyra's going to get over by losing. She beats Bayley, turns heel. They don't feature her on TV. And then after 4 weeks of nothing, they put her in a match with Sol Ruca only to lose in 11 minutes. It's a great way to get your new heel in the division over, Triple H. Gotta love it. So we'll go outside here early on. Sol Ruca avoided a charging Lyra. Backflipping over Lyra. She hits a shotgun dropkick on Lyra. They go out to the floor. Sol hits a moonsault off the middle turnbuckle out to the floor. I don't know why she does it, man. It doesn't look that impactful. We're looking at Sol Ruca kind of adopt a Charlotte Flair-like moonsault. Where Charlotte did it off the top rope and legitimately flipped in midair off the top rope and didn't really connect on any of the moonsault. It just looked pretty in execution, and then in the landing, it looked awful. Sol's doing the same thing. I don't know how this is supposed to be impactful. She's more worried about getting her footing right, jumping off the steel post, and then flipping in air than she is impacting her opponent. Moonsault off the second turnbuckle out to the floor. We go back in the ring. Sol tried another springboard. Lyra kicked the ropes, and Ruca crashed down to the mat. We go into a commercial break. Lyra, she picks up Sol and drops Sol right on the back of her neck. On the top rope. Lyra went to the top. She went for a scissor kick off the top rope. Sol's fighting back. She dumped Lyra with a German shotgun drop kick off the middle rope. Ruca then hits a big running knee strike for a near fall. Sol then pulls Lyra into another German. She then goes up top. Big splash. Lyra jumped up and snapped her across the top rope with a hangman's neck breaker. Lyra comes off with a scissor kick for a near fall. Sol escaped Nightwing. Tornado DDT. Sol then hits the Sol Snatcher for the 1, 2, 3. Sol Ruca pinned Lyra in 11 minutes. Like I said, you would think that Lyra needed a victory. According to WWE, she doesn't. So we go backstage. We see Jacob Fatu. He's back there with Jimmy and Jey. They approach Jacob. Fatu asks why he didn't look more upbeat. So he said tonight Solo goes to the OTC. Jey asked, who's the punk ass now, Jacob? Man, they're really kind of setting up Jacob Fatu to be unleashed on the Bloodline. Jey Uso's had a problem with Jacob Fatu ever since he fell in line with Roman Reigns. Who's the punk ass now, Jacob? Kathy Kelly's backstage interviewing The Vision, Austin Theory, Maxine Dupree, and Bron Breakker. Logan Paul is also there as well. Have you guys seen the recent photo of Bronson Reed? Bronson Reed looks like he is ready to fucking break someone's skull. I mean, this guy, he posted a photo of himself recently. He accumulated like 40,000 likes and like almost 3 million views on this picture on Twitter alone. I don't even know what he accumulated engagement-wise on Instagram. The guy doesn't even look like Bronson Reed anymore. He looks like a fucking uncaged animal ready to fucking shed blood. This guy looks unbelievable. This guy sat at home for all these months looking at Femi and Javon Evans and Bron Breakker and said, I want my piece of the fucking future pie as well. I came back for a very particular reason. And he's showing you why. This guy looks like he got himself into world championship caliber shape. He looks at Femi and says, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm coming back and I'm taking what's mine. Good for him, man. You love to see it. You love to see it. I'm a big Bronson Reed. I was a big Bronson Reed guy before he even transformed himself. Now look at him. I mean, he's going to walk back into work looking like that. Triple H is going to have no fucking choice but to push this guy to the fucking moon. It's what we need, man. The future. The future is now. Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree, they're more focused about fucking making out and doing what they're doing together than they are anything else. Logan Paul said anyone who steps up will be put down and that they run this place. No, they don't run anything. He asked Maxine if that was true. She wasn't really listening to Logan Paul, but then reminisced about what they did to Otis and Tozawa. Theory said Oba took a cheap shot at him last week, and that will not go unnoticed. He said that he and Bron Breakker are still the tag team champions, and he still has his delicious Maxine. Yes, I wonder what her husband thinks about that. Kathy Kelly then asked Bron if he has anything to say to Oba. Bron said, well, I do have something to say to Oba, and I'm going to say it to his face. So the fans cheer, they start barking, he walks through Gorilla, and he makes his way out to the ring. So Breakker gets an entrance. He got to the ring. He's got a microphone. And he told Oba, if he wants to be the future of this company, come to the ring. Out comes Paul Heyman. We don't even get Oba yet. Paul Heyman came out, introduced himself. He says he's an advocate, an oracle, and a wise man. He says he knows what is wise and what is not wise. He says there is a question on everybody's mind, and that question is, who is the future of WWE? As fans chant, Oba. Breakker then looks at Heyman, and just like he asked him last week, he asked him again this week, why don't you tell me, Paul, who you think the future of WWE is? Heyman took a step back. Oba's music plays. The lights go out. He struts his way to the ring and marches out. Oba gets in the ring. So now we got Bron Breakker and Femi in the ring with Paul Heyman. Oba says, well, there you go, asking a stupid question again, Bron, on who the future is. He said the fans know who the future is. You know who else knows who the future is? Brock Lesnar. He knows who the future is. He said Bron can take it up with him any place, anytime. Bron Breakker then said, well, how about right now? Heyman gets in between these two beasts, and he puts his arm up and deflects Bron Breakker from doing anything to Femi. Heyman then tells Bron Breakker if he takes one more step towards Oba, he takes one step away from him. So we've been teasing, or WWE anyway, has been teasing a relationship and a partnership. The likes of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman and Bron Breakker. which I think is the right place for Bron Breakker with Paul Heyman. Heyman said this is a publicly traded company and the biggest promotion on the planet. He says they just don't answer to the fans live and at home, as he points to the hard camera. He says we also answer to the shareholders. He said when two main eventers are standing in the ring, you don't do an impromptu match to find out who the future of WWE is. He says if you're the future, you know that. He says he has already set this up for Sunday night's main event, September 6th. And then they find out who truly is the future of WWE. Heyman then also noted that it would be at Sunday night's main event, September 6th in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's Bron Breakker's hometown, and he's got hometown advantage. Bron smiled, and he shook Paul Heyman's hand. Fans are chanting for Oba. Heyman held the ropes open for Bron to leave the ring, but Heyman also shook Oba Femi's hand. Bron Breakker saw all this transpire. Paul Heyman walks away from Bron Breakker. And he had this look on his face like, what the fuck? If this guy is alluding that he wants to be with me, and he made this match for me in my hometown to give me the hometown home field advantage, why is he shaking his hand? He must think I'm the future of WWE, but if he thinks I'm the future of WWE, why is he shaking his hand? I like it. I like it. I'm ready for this match. This is a natural progression for Oba Femi. This is a natural advancement of Bron Breakker to get him away from the fucking vision. Because you see, his body language speaks volumes. He does not want to be there. He is above that. He does not belong there. He doesn't give a fuck about Theory and Maxine. He wants to be a world killer. He's looking at the world pass him by, and Oba is owning the fucking show, and he feels like he should be in that position bigger than Oba. He should be ahead of Oba. He's not even on the same planet as Oba. Right now, anyway. We got to get him there. This is the biggest money match that WWE could possibly do right now. That's it. We got Punk and Cody out of the way. We got KO and CM Punk on Friday. This is the biggest active money match that WWE can do right now. It is a glimpse into their future. It is a WrestleMania main event for years to come. These two will be linked for the duration of their WWE careers. This is basically Rock Triple H. This is Undertaker Foley right here. Right here. This is Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right here. You don't get that very often. And the fact that you got that with these two guys right now, for us as fans of this product in 2026, that's fucking exciting. Saturday night's main event is the best place to do it. It gives us time to let it breathe. It gives WWE enough time to make this feel bigger than it already is. We got a contract signing next week between these two guys, official in the ring, so we'll get some promo between both of them. Maybe next week they could actually air out their grievances. Why Oba thinks he's the future. Why Bron thinks he's the future. Let Bron express his frustrations next week. He needs to do that. Bron needs to cut a promo like he cut on Punk before they wrestled on Raw back in January. He needs to be unleashed. The dog needs to be unleashed. I love everything about this. Everybody was afraid that Oba was going to go directionless. They were going to keep him doing God knows what until he wrestles Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. WWE can humanize Oba Femi just a little bit. And this is the type of guy that you work with. So I'm glad that they're actually taking steps to give us this match. They didn't want to give us this match back during the King of the Ring. But now they're ready to give us this match because they know it's time. Bron has suffered enough in the division. Now it's time. I'd actually move Carmelo Hayes over to Monday night. I said this on Friday. I'd actually move Carmelo Hayes onto Monday night, get him there. Bronson Reed's going to be back. Monday Night Raw should be about the future. Get Mello on Raw. Bronson Reed gets back. He's on Raw. Can you imagine? Mello, Bron, Bronson Reed, and then Oba. Bro, we got to get the future rolling ASAP. This is step one to making that happen. I love this. This is going to be great business. Saturday night's main event, or Sunday night's main event in this case, is looking huge. Braun Breaker, Oba Femi, and it's already announced that we got Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton one-on-one. I don't know what else we're going to get on that show. I would assume we're going to get Big Cass and Javon Evans. I think that's the right place to do that. Sunday night's main event is going to be a de facto PLE. Just by those two matches alone, that's already been announced. There's no pay-per-view outside Worlds Collide, which happens at the end of the month in September. There's no WrestlePalooza this year. This is their PLE. It's going to be a big show. El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. against Ray. Oh, not Ray Fenix. Dragon Lee. Ray Fenix wrestled El Fiscal. Dragon Lee. This went 11 minutes. Wasn't really all that enthused about this match because A, the outcome was pretty much determined, and B, I mean, it's like watching paint dry, watching Dr. Wagner Jr. wrestle. The crowd didn't give a fuck. This Lucha Libre tournament is fine, but when you got guys in there that the fans don't know, it becomes less than fine. Pick it up after the commercial break. Wagner charged into a Dragon Lee boot. German suplex. Tornado DDT. Wagner goes out to the outside. Tope con hilo by Dragon Lee. We go back in the ring. Wagner hit Lee with a chop. Dragon Lee comes back with a chop of his own. Lee hits another chop, followed by a boot. Wagner comes back, boot of his own. He goes for a cover. He gets a near full. So we're just trading offense at this point. Dragon Lee hangs Wagner up in the ropes for a double stomp right to the heart. He goes for cover off that 2 count. Dragon Lee then tried a Hurricane Rana out to the floor. Wagner caught him and then powerbombed him onto the ring apron. Wagner came off top with a frog splash. Dragon Lee caught Wagner with a boot. Wagner then catches Lee with an enziguri, climbs the ropes, superplex off the top. Dragon Lee, he escapes the Wagner driver, and then he hits Operation Dragon for the 1, 2, 3. Dragon Lee advances to wrestle Ray Fenix in the semifinals. Penta and La Parka. That is the other semifinal match that takes place. Both of them actually take place next week on Raw. This should undoubtedly, if WWE is smart, this should give us Penta and Ray Fenix. With the idea of Penta and Ray Fenix shaking hands in the end, and then Penta going on to wrestle Roman Reigns, and then the Bloodline taking it out on Penta after Roman has a very physical and competitive match, beating Penta, retaining the title. Ray Fenix comes on out. The Lucha Brothers get back together. Worlds Collide, put together the Lucha Brothers versus the Usos. First time ever. Dream match. Worlds Collide. It fits the billing. Perfect match to go head-to-head with All Out, which is taking place at the Now Arena in Chicago, Schaumburg, in the shadow of Chicago, while WWE descends upon the Allstate Arena in Chicago. That's the way it should be. If they're not setting that up, I don't know what we're doing here. Hopefully these second round matches are better than the first round matches. Fenix and Dragon Lee should be great, though. Looking forward to that one. Rey Mysterio. Speaking of Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable. WWE Intercontinental Championship match. I thought that they were going to do this and save this for Mexico City. Apparently they did this here. This went almost 14 minutes. These guys got the most time on the show, which was great. I expected a great match. This delivered. Now, the crowd didn't really show a lot of enthusiasm in the first half of this match. It was just kind of like, all right. Babyface Gable, champion, coming on in, defending his title against Babyface Rey Fenix. Who do we cheer for? Who are we pulling for here? Do we want to see a new champion? Do we want to see Gable retain? So they went to a commercial break. They come back in the middle of Gable's entrance. Gable! Gable! He does the clap, you know. So we'll pick it up here at the top. This was easily the best match on the show. They shook hands. They got little cheap shots in on each other, big boots to the midsection. Gable took Rey Mysterio down with a big double leg takedown. Starts chopping him in the corner. German suplex delivered by Gable. They're out to the apron there, brawling on the apron. Rey sent Gable into the ring post head first. Rey then hits a hurricanrana. Both of them land outside. So Gable starts to work on Rey's leg to set him up for the ankle lock. Rey caught Gable with a crucifix. He goes for a quick cover here out of nowhere, only a 2 count. Rey, he's in a power bomb. He gets out of that attempt. Cradle on Gable for a near fall. Gable comes back with a big backdrop suplex. He goes for a cover, only a 2 count. So they go out to the floor. Rey Mysterio hits a beautiful Asai moonsault. They go back inside. Gable charged into the ring post. Rey caught him with everybody hit a tornado DDT tonight. In every lucha match, there was a tornado DDT. That's what WWE thinks is lucha, or tornado DDT. Gable then goes off the top rope with a headbutt. He gets a 2 count. Rey flipped out of a back suplex, but he came down and went for his knee. So he starts holding his knee. The referee goes over to him to see if he's all right. Gable was backing away because he even asked Rey, "Are you all right, Rey?" So Gable, he goes for the angle slam. Rey turned that into a big hip toss. Rey sets up for a 619. Gable gets out of that. Rey hits a senton. He hits another tornado DDT. This time he goes for a cover off that, only a 2 count. So Gable hits the angle slam. He goes for cover 2. Gable hit Rey with an avalanche angle slam. This is where the fans really started to get into it. An avalanche angle slam. 2 count. So Rey, he's back up. He went for another 619. Gable turned that into an ankle lock. Rey flipped Gable into the middle buckles. Hit the 619. Rey hit another 619. Crowd's going crazy. So we hit 2 back-to-back 619s. Rey went up top for the frog splash, but Gable got his knees up. Mysterio could not finish the 619 sequence. Gable then applies the ankle lock. Rey tried to kick out of it twice. Gable holds on to the ankle lock. Rey tried to turn it into an inside cradle. Gable reversed the cradle into one of his own, and he got the 1, 2, 3. Chad Gable retains the championship in a really hard-fought match. The last 5 or 6 minutes of this were fucking great. Crowd really bought into it. You know, you didn't even give a shit that it was Babyface and Babyface. The crowd was so into this that they wanted Rey to take the title from Chad Gable. It goes to show you how Rey Mysterio still connects with the audience even at his age, at this stage of his career. And Gable's just fucking great. I would not take the belt off Gable anytime soon. You let that man run with the IC title. The only change I would make to Chad Gable is to give him a little bit more intensity. To give him a little bit more of that badassery. To me, he's still soft around the edges. He's you know, he was on that apology tour. He's like very gracious and he's very humble and he's like very proper. Like he's shaking everybody's hands. I mean, he's playing the character of a guy that would walk the old lady across the street because she had too many groceries in her grocery bag. Like, you got to give him some edge. He can't be like that for the duration of his run. He can be like that, but you also got to have him play a little bit of the intense babyface when things get really going. At the end of the match, they celebrated, they hugged, they put each other over. Great stuff. Great stuff. Best match of the night. Next week on Raw, we got Oba Femi and Bron Breakker contract signing. Rey Fenix and Dragon Lee, Penta and La Parca. Stephanie Vaquer versus Roxanne Perez. One-on-one. That's Stephanie's first match back in WWE. First match since WrestleMania. Oh, my goodness. Look at this fucking guy. Oh, my God, man. We better watch out. We got some clowns in the community who may think that this actually is me, J-Man 20081 with a $100 super chat. J-Man, thank you, brother. Been a while. Wanted to show my appreciation for your content. Look at this guy. I see you, brother. J-Man, I don't know where you've been or why you took a hiatus, but we're happy to have you back, brother. Hope you're well. Main event segment. Jey Uso delivers Solo Sikoa to the tribal chief. Jacob Fatu opens the SUV. Out comes Roman Reigns. We had Lard hand him his title. He walks through Gorilla, makes his way out, Aura farms his entrance, and we finally get Roman Reigns in the ring. So the Usos then make their way out to their theme music. Delivered Solo Sikoa to Roman Reigns. So they're all in the ring. So the fans are chanting Solo. They love Solo. Everybody's on board with Solo. Reigns says he doesn't care what the fans are chanting. Just seeing Solo here standing in front of him pisses him off. He said he's a blessed man and has everything he could imagine. He said some say he's petty and wonder why he holds receipts for so long. But how could he not with Solo? He said almost 3 years ago, he beat his ass on the Raw debut on Netflix. Was it 3 years ago? Are we really looking at 3 years ago? Why did he say 3 years ago? I thought it was like 2 years ago. They just celebrated their 1 year anniversary on Netflix this past January. It wasn't 3 years ago. What is he talking about? It was legitimately in 2025. The debut of Raw on Netflix, it was Roman and Solo in a tribal combat match. Right? This is talking about 3 years ago. Maybe he's talking about something else. Roman got his dates mixed up. He says he put something together to remind Solo, so watch the big screen. He played a video package going back to that match, which was 1 year ago. And also, Solo saying the tribal chief can kiss my ass. Back live, the fans are oohing and eyeing because of that last line. Then they chanted for Solo again. Roman Reigns said Buffalo may think this is funny, but he asked Solo why he thinks this is funny. Roman says, look, he's a funny guy now. He's a funny guy now. He talked about his watch and his chain. I don't know what type of watch Solo Sikoa was wearing, but he laughed. Roman laughed at Solo's watch. I guess it was like kind of an expensive watch. but wasn't as expensive as his fucking skeleton back tourbillon AP watch, Audemars, the watch that Roman Reigns showed off to LA Knight a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if this was a fairly expensive watch, but he did say to Solo, who do you think got you that watch? Who do you think made you afford all this watch and this chain? So he takes his glasses off. He takes Solo's glasses off. He throws them on the mat, and he steps on them. Reigns then asks Solo, why are you looking me in the eyes right now instead of you getting down on your knees, begging me right? Whoa! Tranquilo, Roman. Tranquilo. This guy wants Solo on his knees begging Roman right now. Tranquilo. Out of nowhere, Fatu super kicked Solo Sikoa in the face, jumped on Solo Sikoa, and applied the Tongan death grip. Roman Reigns is yelling, enough, enough, enough. Oh, he's not so funny now, is he? He then said he had other business to handle now. Reigns then said the twins execute the play that I call. He said he is the tribal chief and the Usos are his captains. If you disrespect them, you disrespect me. He said they are both made men. Jimmy is elated. He gets an Fala placed around his neck by Roman Reigns. Jey, he's elated. He gets an Fala placed around his neck by Roman Reigns. I was waiting for Fatu's Fala. Apparently, Jacob Fatu is not a made man, and Fatu is not a captain of Roman Reigns, and he stood there in the corner without an Fala. He's shaking his head. I'm assuming he's angry. Roman didn't treat him as an equal. So one asks the question now, what Jacob Fatu is thinking, watching both Jimmy and Jey get presented Falas by Roman Reigns. Now let's get back to Solo, Buffalo, says Roman. Solo still on the mat, selling the effects of the Tongan death grip. LA Knight, yeah. His music hits. Jimmy charged. LA ducked. He then dumped both Jimmy and Jey out to the floor and then came eye to eye with Roman Reigns. Jacob Fatu hit LA Knight from behind and wanted to go at LA Knight. Now, he didn't get a Fala, so he thought attacking LA Knight might be a favorable decision in the eyes of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns stopped Jacob Fatu from attacking LA Knight. Now, he had some off-mic words for him, but they didn't look all that pleasant. He looked very angry. He looked very stern and very commanding, did Roman Reigns. He was not happy that Jacob Fatu took this situation into his own hands. Reigns then winds up and gave LA Knight a Superman punch. Reigns then lifted Solo, and he said he got a tough decision to make. At the same time, the Usos held LA Knight up. He told Solo to serve his family. Jimmy's yelling at Solo, you know what to do, Solo. You know what to do. This is basically the Royal Rumble from 3 years ago. This is Royal Rumble from 2023. This is exactly that, sequence for sequence. The only difference is Kevin Owens was tied up in the ropes. LA Knight here held by the Usos. The only difference is steel chair used by Sami Zayn. Solo didn't have a steel chair. The premise is the same. They basically ran the same Sami Zayn angle back at the Rumble 2023 with Roman and KO, here with LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. You might not mind that. Did it work? Sure. But the lack of creativity here in the Bloodline is very apparent. We're just running the same gameplay all over again with some minor tweaks. This is the same blueprint, minus a thing different here and a thing different there, but the foundation is basically the same. Solo told Knight he was sorry. He wound up and landed the Samoan Spike on Roman. Roman took a big Samoan Spike. I mean, he fucking planted him with this Samoan Spike. Usos asked Solo what he's doing. I mean, Jey and Jimmy were legitimately mirroring exactly their reactions from the Sami Zayn Rumble incident in 2023. Jay's over there, what are you doing? What are you doing? The same arm mode. Everything's legitimately the same. Usos asked Solo what he's doing. Fatu's in the corner just watching everything go down. He didn't lift a fucking finger. He didn't say anything. He didn't make a move. Solo then turned to the Usos. He tossed Jey out of the ring. He then gave LA Knight to Jimmy, who got a BFT. Solo gave Jey a Samoan Spike at ringside. LA Knight then turned to Fatu and asked what he's going to do. What are you going to do? You're going to listen to your marching orders from your boss there? Fatu stared back at LA Knight, didn't say anything, didn't lift a finger. Just stood there. Reigns charged at Knight. Knight caught him with a BFT. Planted him with a BFT. Jacob Fatu didn't lift a fucking finger. He didn't move. Solo entered the ring. Fans chanted LA Knight. LA Knight Solo fist bumped. Fatu stood there and watched. Michael Cole ended the show saying what a disaster this was for the Bloodline, with Corey Graves asking, Solo, what have you done? Dummy. Yeah. Regardless of the similarities to the Sami Zayn 23 Rumble incident, this was still the best Bloodline segment in the last 2.5 years. I thought it was effective. I thought it opened up the Bloodline to tell some stories now with some real genuine emotion. Solo is clearly a babyface, so kudos to WWE for keeping Solo Sikoa on that trajectory. LA Knight looks and feels bigger than he has in years. Jacob Fatu now is the X Factor. Is he going to A, be berated by Roman, or B, continue to fall in line? Or C, continue to keep his mouth shut, fall in line, pick his spot, and turn on Roman like Solo did? Because the story now to me is Jacob Fatu is looking at Solo be defiant. Jacob Fatu is looking at Solo finding common ground and finding family away from his legitimate family. Does Jacob Fatu now join Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa? I could see it. WWE played out the fantasy booking scenario of everybody because we're all excited about Reigns and LA Knight. I know there's a lot of people out there that want LA Knight to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't really see that happening, though I'd love to see it at Money in the Bank. Everybody was upset that Solo was going to be delivered to the Tribal Chief on Monday night. How could they? They're going to ruin his babyface run. They're going to turn him heel. He's going to join the Bloodline. All these things. I said, you don't know. You don't know what he's going to do. People had it in their mind that Solo was ruined. Solo Sikoa's babyface run is ruined. Everybody theorized that Solo was going to infiltrate the Bloodline, fall in line, pretend to fall in line, help LA Knight win the title at Money in the Bank. One big ruse. He was going to kill the Bloodline from within. They played that out tonight. Solo's not in the Bloodline. He's keeping his word to LA Knight. Jacob Fatu now is the story. Solo's on his own. He's more popular than he's ever been. We got to get Jacob Fatu back in line to where he was pre-WrestleMania. He's not felt the same. He's not looked the same. Now we got to get that momentum going for Jacob Fatu. If Jacob Fatu is contemplating breaking away from his family and getting a moment like Solo did tonight, We could be looking at some of the biggest baby faces in the company. Then that opens up the questions of who is Roman going to add from his family to this ongoing war, this ongoing civil war. We all saw Zilla Fatu debut on NXT on Tuesday. I don't know how long they're going to keep him suppressed in NXT. You know WWE's going to want to bring him up ASAP. But Solo didn't get called up ASAP. He lasted at least a year down there. I don't really see Zilla lasting a year in NXT. With him training with Booker T at Reality of Wrestling in Houston and Survivor Series being in Houston at Daikin Park, it makes sense for Zilla Fatu to join the family drama. Does that happen? Do we see that happen? There's a lot of now different scenarios that we could see play out. They did a good job of keeping people guessing now. Does LA not stand a chance? Solo Sikoa is a babyface. Is Jacob Fatu now going to realize that Roman is not very good? That he sold him on a lot of bullshit? That he's not an equal? He's not a general or a captain like he looks at Jimmy and Jey. Who's going to join Roman from the family in this war? Is LA Knight going to win the World Heavyweight Championship? This is the first time in a long time I can honestly say I'm kind of into what they're doing now, finally. For the first time all year. I'm kind of into what the Bloodline's got going on, and a lot of that has to do with LA Knight, who's been mega over for the last 4 years, and the resurgence of Solo Sikoa now, coming out of the darkest depths of SmackDown to find his way on Raw and be a babyface, and a great one at that. I'm liking what they're doing. Though the similarities with the Sami Zayn 23 Rumble were there, I thought tonight was effective enough to keep us really, really interested. Monday Night Raw is doing a lot more right than they are wrong. Was the overall show a fucking unbelievable show? No, the show had its low points, just like every show. Was there boring parts of the show? Yes. Largely, I thought what WWE pushed for new stories and Braun Breaker, Oba, Stephanie, Becky, and Liv. The tournament is unfolding. We now got 4 guys left with Penta and Fenix a part of that 4. Big Cass getting over as a heel against Javon Evans. The Solo situation with Roman. Jacob Fatu, LA Knight. Great match with Gable and Rey Mysterio. If you thought this was a bad Raw, you are a bad grifter. Genuinely. There'll be people in this community that come on here for 20 minutes and fucking sit in front of their fucking anime posters like a fucking geek and shit on this show while they make a thumbnail saying, angry rant, angry rant. WWE's doing more right than good. Hopefully you guys are opening your eyes to the bullshit that exists in this community and know where to get your content. Thank you guys for all your support. We're going to get into tonight's Super Chat. We got 2,900 people in here on a Monday night. Is it great to be live on a Monday night at the OTS Beer Garden or what? Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you all for hanging out with me. We got a wheel tonight. But first, I want to shout out my sponsor for tonight's show. Tonight we are sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Make sure you guys use that code JD at checkout. The Lucha Tournament continued tonight on Monday Night Raw. We are now winding it down to who will face Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, on the September 14th episode of Monday Night Raw in Mexico City. That's a big spot right there for Penta, La Parca, Dragon Lee, Rey Fenix, winning a tournament to walk into a sold-out crowd in Mexico City to get your head taken off by a Roman Reigns spear in the main event. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. See, that's the thing about big matchups, though. You gotta be ready when your moment shows up, and someone is gonna get that moment. You don't get to pick that date. The date picks you. Same deal in the bedroom, fellas. You don't always know when the main event's happening. You just know you better be ready when the bell rings. That's where Blue Chew Gold comes in. It's not two guys grinding out a 15-minute tournament match. It's four ingredients working together. 2, to get you hard physically. 2, to support mental arousal and desire in the brain. It works fast and it lasts. So whether it's the quick title defense or you're going the distance like Mexico City, main event with Roman Reigns, you're ready for your moment. There's a reason Blue Chew is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at BlueChew.com. We got a great deal for all of our listeners tonight. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd month for free. On top of that, you're going to get 10% off, and you're going to get free overnight shipping on your first order using promo code JD. So that's 2 months. You buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd month for free, you get an additional 10% off, and you get free overnight shipping on your first order. That sounds like a championship-level deal, if you ask me. So visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the pod right here on Off the Script. You guys ready for the wheel? I think I'm ready for the wheel. Let's do it. Let's do it. There we are. We got some great support tonight. Appreciate everybody that has come in and made this such an incredible month, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. We're going to start at the top. Caden with a 199. JD top 10 women's matches of all time. Caden, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. I saw that one come in before the stream. Number 1 is Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Takeover Brooklyn. And the second one on that list is probably Becky and Sasha. 30-minute Iron Woman match. I'll even put Sasha and Becky, Hell in a Cell on that one. Charlotte and Rhea at WrestleMania. That was a great one. Rhea, Io, and Bianca, WrestleMania, triple threat match. There's 5. Right there. You guys come up with any others? You let me know. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. OTS, join the tap room. How you know? Let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Boss Mo Jackson. This guy's got 3 spots on the wheel, Boss Mo Jackson. Appreciate you, brother. Boss Mo Jackson's got 3 spots here. He says, there's just a few things to be excited about in regards to WWE. I love those who have returned, and we got a couple of title changes. Hopefully we get some consistency somewhere in these stories. I'm not asking for much. This version of Monday Night Raw has gotten my eyes open. I like it. I can definitely see where WWE is going. I can really get into Lyra and her character. I can also see Theory getting a push soon. Oba versus Bron is going to be fire. A lot of positivity coming from my guy, Boss Mo Jackson. Steph, 497 with 13 months in the venue as a VIP. Steph, thank you very much. Boss Mo Jackson with a 499. I fell asleep on the Bloodline segment. Woke back up at the tail end of the BFT on Jimmy. This stuff is not for me. I did enjoy the BFT on Roman, though. 2 thumbs down. Well, that's where I gotta have to disagree with you, Boss Mo Jackson. I thought what they did was effective enough. I really do. Michelle with a 2. What a pop for Solo spiking Roman. A face is born. I mean, he was over before the spike, but I mean, that's something that's going to resonate with the fan base. They're going to remember that going into next week. He's bigger now than he was a week ago. Illuminati. I died laughing at how good Oba's impersonation of Bron was. Bro, I was shocked. They got to be road buddies, or they got to be like locker room comrades. He got that perfect. Clone Force with a 199. All this for Solo to go back knowing how WWE is. All this for Solo go back knowing how WWE is. Let's give the Solo Sikoa stuff a chance instead of immediately shitting on it. Tone! $2 super chat. Rock on, brother. My guy, Beantown. Beantown's got 3 spots on the wheel. Thank you, Beantown. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, JD, I thought Raw was good tonight. I don't get the Lyra heel turn. She doesn't appear on TV for weeks, comes back and loses to Sol Ruca. Also looking forward to Bron and Oba on Sunday night's main event, since the last one was horrible. The last Saturday night's main event was fucking one of the worst ever. They need to bounce back with this one. This needs to be treated like a legitimate PLE. And it's going to be on Peacock, so we're going to get less commercials. And we're going to get something that resembles a true PLE. Or what a true PLE should be. Thank you, Beantown. Meta! This guy's got a spot on the wheel. 2 spots on the wheel, in fact, Meta. Actually, let me get Meta here on the wheel. He's got 2 spots. He says, let's get hyped, OTS family. I'm feeling lucky tonight. I could watch Rey and Gable wrestle for hours. What a great fucking match. Keep it real, JD. Justice for Meta. I'm pulling for you, buddy. I'm pulling for you. Jalen, 1 of 1 with a 499. That Rey Gable match was one of the best matches of the year, in my opinion. I actually thought Rey was going to win at one point. Me too. I would have been mad, but I wouldn't have been mad at the same time because the match was so great. Can't take the belt off Gable, though. Logan the Inspired with a $9.99. He's on the wheel. Thank you, Logan the Inspired. You got 2 spots on the wheel, brother. JD, do you think the only reason WWE are doing LA Knight versus Roman at Money in the Bank is so that they can keep LA Knight out of the ladder match and not have to deal with the backlash over him not winning it? OTS for life. Brother, they're in a worse situation now because everyone's going to want to see LA Knight win the World Championship. So it just goes from LA Knight not winning the Money in the Bank contract to LA Knight not winning the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, people will complain. That's what they do. Everyone's a pro wrestling fan. Illuminati with a 10 spot. He got 2 spots on the wheel. For God's sakes, just make Roman and the Usos heel at this point. I'm tired of them confusing me with what they're supposed to be. Yes, it ruins their stories when I don't know who to boo or to cheer. The fans are stupid. Next week when Roman comes out, they'll throw the ones up in the air and acknowledge him, and they'll cheer him. And tonight they operated like dastardly heels. It's stupid. Joshua Watt with a 20 months. Thank you, brother, for 20 months in the VIP section. I'm stuck at a desk till 7 a.m., so at least I get to spend a couple hours of tonight with the OTS family. Enjoy the ending of Raw so much. Hopefully we cut a little bit of time into your work schedule tonight, brother. Enjoy that. Karan. This guy's got 11 spots on the wheel. Happy birthday, brother. Karan's going for the win tonight. Let me see those birthday cake emojis in the chat from my guy Karan. Kaden with the 22 months. Love this community. Love you all. Thank you, JD, Solo, Jesse, for all that you do. So lucky to have found this community. OTS for life. P.S. Rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere. Bro, I was sad when I heard that news, man. She had a starring role in one of my favorite games of all time, man. Until Dawn. It's crazy. I think there's some funny business there. She went on a podcast and said one of her friends dragged her to below deck on a boat where she was forced to have sex with a very famous old British rocker who I don't really know who comes to mind, but the only man that comes to... The first guy that came to mind was Sting. Not Steve Borden Sting. Sting, the musical performer. And she expressed this on a podcast publicly. This was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and last night they found her dead. I don't know. I don't know. Hollyweird is very weird, bro. Mick Jagger? Could be Mick Jagger, too. I don't know. Mick Jagger? Could be Sting. Sting was the first guy I thought of. I wasn't even thinking of Mick Jagger. She was 36 years old, bro. 36 years old. Luca! Luca's got 2 spots on the wheel. Thank you, Luca. Appreciate you, brother. $10 super chat. Rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere. I know the cause hasn't been confirmed, but if it was an addiction, I sympathize as one who has fought alcoholism since 2019-ish. It's never always fully beaten, just outlasted. Keep up the good fight, Luca. I deal with that big time in my family. And it hasn't been good for my family at all. At all. Mick Jagger was in the Epstein files, huh? Okay. Well, there you go. Who knows? Who knows? They're all fucking weirdos. Jericho, 8131's got 2 spots on the wheel. Jericho, thank you for chiming in here, brother. WWE should absolutely bring Drew back on Raw as a tweener and have him team with LA Knight and Solo, resuming the Bloodline Hunter gimmick they started a few years ago and went nowhere with. I hope so. I think SmackDown is so stacked that we need some of that love on Mondays. Yo, boy, Pete. Thank you again, brother, for the $100 super chat. Yo, boy, Pete's got 11 spots on the wheel. Appreciate you, Pete. As always, I think Pete's going to come in here with a couple more as well. Tay with 23 months. JD, you, or WWE rather, may finally be in their bag. Fuck anyone who says that you donate to yourself. Others can kick rocks. You coach Solo and Jesse rock. Thank you, Tay. Adrian with 8 months. WWE choosing to lock in when the NFL season is right around the corner. They're trying to maintain that viewership. Yeah, they pick and choose when they want to maintain their viewership. I wish it was all the time. Brian Peoples with a $9.99. He's got 2 spots on the wheel, Brian Peoples. He says he wants to see another JD and Russo showdown. I'm ready. I love Vince. The NYC Demon Diva with a $1.99. I hope Solo Sikoa gets ingrown toenails on his thumb. Or an ingrown nail on his thumb. I hope Solo gets an ingrown nail on his thumb. That would be tough to have an ingrown toenail on your thumb. Unless he's some fucking alien. Issa. I understand that you acknowledge the tribal chief. I don't think Roman's going anywhere. We can give Solo a piece of that Samoan family pizza pie. The only Roman that we should be acknowledging, honestly, is Issa's Roman. That's it. We throw the ones up for Issa's Roman. That's it. I don't throw the ones up for anybody except Issa's Roman. You know, it's funny. My brother just texted me. My brother Frank, Legionary Frank, just texted me about an ingrown toenail. He asked me if I ever had one. I'm like, no. And then my other brother Michael is like, watch it doesn't get infected. That's why I had ingrown toenails on my. Because my brother's dealing with one right now. Oh, look, there she is. Look. It don't matter, she says. Fuck Solo. All right, fuck Solo Sikoa. All right, whatever. Best in world Matt with 23 months. Remember when Nick Khan said that WWE doesn't hire people just to bench them? That seems to have aged well. Bro, it is aged as good as a fine bottle of whiskey. Fuck Nick Khan. K-Luke! K-Luke is a man of no words. He just comes in, drops 50 on the bar, and just walks out. K-Luke's got 6 spots on the wheel. K-Luke, thank you, brother, wherever you may be. Joey Taylor. $10 super chat from Joey Taylor. Joey says, JD Raw was good. My favorite 3 NXT TakeOver underrated matches are Johnny versus Kushida, Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne, TakeOver Vengeance Day, and Kyle Adams Stand and Deliver 2. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole? Bro, there was nobody then who wanted to see a Kyle O'Reilly singles run. And even less want to see one now. I don't remember the Kushida and Johnny Gargano match. Yo boy Pete comes in with another 5 spots on the wheel. Wanted to add this to my other super chat, but JD, I want to let you know, as someone who really started following baseball this year, I am a new Braves fan. Whoever said you buy yourself super chats, from the bottom of my heart, go fuck yourself, says yo boy Pete. You tell him, Pete. You fucking tell him. I don't think the Braves are going to go far this year, bro. We'll make it in. We ain't going to go far. We're going to lose to the Dodgers or some fucking... Bro, we can barely beat the fucking Mets this year. And they're a last place team. You think the Braves are going to go to the series? They don't get out of the first round. Mark my words. Mark my words. Look, Roman the Yorkie acknowledges OTS. Look. See what Easter said? Shad, I want to see everybody throw the ones in the air for Roman. Easter's Roman. Let me see the ones. Pete, thank you, brother. Dark One with a $20 super chat. From one cat dad to another, just wanted to wish Ivy a belated happy birthday. My little girl Ivy turned 1 year old. She's my little baby. I got my Ivy, and I got my Freddie. And I still have Xena, who's a foster, and I got Bailey. Bailey's my old lady. Tanmay. Scott Tanmay comes in. He's got 2 spots on the wheel. Tanmay is the longest running member of the VIP club. Believe that? Whoever said JD buys super chats isn't a clown. He's the whole circus. You tell him, Tanmay. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Yep, the Phillies are going to get hot. Of course they do. They got hot, then they got cold. Now they get hot again, and the Braves getting cold. It's always the same shit. Meta! Another 5 spots on the wheel for Meta. We got to get Meta a win. Meta, we got to get you this dub, bro. We got to get you this dub. Sam Vargas with a 5. Nostalgia is one hell of a drug. I was smiling listening to your Power Ranger story. LOL. Season 2, episode 4 of Power Rangers has a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover, by the way. I don't remember that. That was another one I was into. That, I mean, I'm a big Transformer guy. Let me show you what I just got. Hold on. I just bought the Robosen Soundwave. Remember my Megatron that transforms and speaks? Now I got Soundwave. I don't know if he could. I think he's got to be charged. Hold on. I think he's got to be charged. Oh man, I love Soundwave, man. I'm a big guy. I'm a big Transformers guy, bro. Soundwave. He don't listen to me. He don't listen to me. Soundwave. Soundwave. And he don't listen to me. I don't know how to fucking transform this guy. I think he's got to be charged. I got to get Optimus. I got to get Optimus because they just released the trailer kit. I got the trailer kit. I need Optimus. They're just coming out now with Dead Optimus Prime from the movie. I got to get that. I got Megatron. Man, I'm a big Transformer guy. Big Transformer guy. He don't want to turn. He don't want to operate. Soundwave. And he don't turn on. I don't know. I think he's got to be charged. I don't really understand it. He does play. He does play the music. I may get copyrighted, but he does play the music. He's also a cassette. He opens up. He also plays music. Yeah, they got the grayed out. You know when Optimus is grayed out in the movie at the end of the movie, they got him grayed out. Go to the Robeson website. It's on pre-order. There's only like 1,000 of them made. I got to get him. He's got the whole setup from the movie. He's legitimately Optimus dead at the end of the movie. They got him as a fucking transforming robot. I got to get it. I got to get it. Oh, we love Roman, Issa. We got to get you back here for drinks. Or I gotta show my face at one of these fucking junctions somewhere. You know? They got a new Transformers movie coming soon? Yeah, but bro, if they don't have the original voice acting in it, I don't really care. It's never gonna hit the same. I really wish he would transform for you guys. Soundwave. Soundwave, you piece of shit. Soundwave. Hello? Soundwave. No? He don't work. I think he's got to be charged. He's got to be charged. Meta. Meta's got 5 more spots on the wheel. Thank you, Meta. Sam Vargas with a $5 super chat. Nostalgia is one of a drug. I gotta look into that. I didn't realize that TMNT had a crossover. DeMarcus Vaughn with a $10 super chat. This guy's got 2 spots on the wheel. DeMarcus, thank you, brother. What would you say is more important, having more subscribers or views? Brilliant video, JD. Bravo. Views. Subscribers don't really matter. In 2026, subscribers don't matter. As you see Simon Miller. I think he's got like almost 400,000 subs, and he does less views than I do. Wrestle Talk, 900,000 million subs, less views than I do. Cultaholic, dead. All three of the biggest British wrestling channels, and we're doing better and probably making more money than them. What does that tell you? Joseph Astro, new membership. Joseph, thank you, brother. MGM Ballin with a $9.99. He wants a spot on the wheel. 2 spots for Ballin. Stephanie Vaquer, that is the super chat. Comment of the night, brother. That was the moment of the night. I mean, one wrong move, she was going to be jumping out of her fucking shirt, bro. I mean, I don't mind, but, I need to know. I need to know, bro. Does, what's his name? Wannabe Randy Orton. What's his name? Does he know how to fight? We should gang up on him. J-Man's got 11 spots. Thank you, J-Man. J-Man with the $100 super chat. It's been a while, brother. Thank you. Please come back, bro. Wherever you may be. We welcome you back, J-Man. DeMarcus Vaughn's got another $10 super chat. He's got 3 spots on the wheel, DeMarcus. Hopefully we get Penta versus Roman, and Roman defeats Penta. Penta and Solo helps LA Knight defeat Roman. It's time for LA Knight and his push to be a champion. Yeah, Miles Bourne. Yeah, can Miles Bourne fight? Maybe we should all take on Miles Bourne, huh? Issa says, let's take on Miles. He won't hear us coming. Oh my fucking goodness, man. Issa's vicious, man. You don't want to mess with Issa, I tell you right now. Oh my goodness. MMF for the 199. JD versus Miles Bourne for Stephanie. My money is on JD. I don't know, man. I gotta bulk up a little bit, man. I'm just now starting to get into a nice regimen again, you know? I lost, believe it or not, I've lost 7 pounds. Doing what I'm doing right now, man. Eating right. I lost 7 pounds since the beginning of July. So, let's keep it up. Good for Miles, man. Miles is a lucky motherfucker. He really is. DeMarcus with a 5. Who would you say is a better transitional champion, Jinder Mahal or Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn. Jinder almost killed SmackDown. $5 super chat from DeMarcus. This is definitely my season now. Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Football. Monday nights are great again. Yeah. I'm not really into the football thing, but I know many of you are, so before you know it, man. The reason why I don't like this time of year is because when football season starts to come back around, we know the summer is over. Summer's over, but we go right into the pumpkin spice lattes, man. I can't complain. Don Stoney with a 5. Shout out to Don Stoney Wrestling Soup, Spitball Media, and as always, rest in peace to our guy, Kevin motherfucking Castle. Thank you, Stoney. I hope you're well, brother. Robert Peterson. $4.99. Hello, JD. I love your work. Just got done playing 007 First Light. Best game of the year so far. It's a masterpiece. Something I'm going to buy probably when it goes on sale, Robert. I do not feel like spending $70 on what I was told is half of a tutorial. Jacob got an Fala? Where? Why is Matty Mack in the chat saying Jacob got an Fala? From who? Roman? Joseph with a 9.99. JD, love you. You're the best. This is the first Raw in 5 years. You're the only real one left. Thank you for your best work. Who do you think is the best in AAA? I don't watch it. Who do I think is the best in AAA? I watch it from time to time. I can't really pinpoint who the best is. Vikingo was the best. Now he's hurt. I don't know, man. I like Psycho Clown. I do. I think he's great. And I'm not the only real one left. The other one that is the other real one left is the guy I work with on Tuesday night. El Grande Americano. You can't forget about him. Joseph, we got to get you on the wheel, brother. Joseph's got a spot on the wheel. 2 spots on the wheel for my guy, Joseph. Michael Krause with the 32 months. JD, thank you for all you do. Appreciate all the content. Just being a great friend to me and the OTS family. Remember, JD, all gas, no brakes with it. Yeah. MGM Ballin's got another spot on the wheel. That's 3 spots for my guy Ballin. Speaking of Kushida, your impersonation during the jacket time NXT days was hilarious. I forgot about that, man. Jacket time. Fucking jacket time. Who was that guy's name? Well, I got to go back and listen to that, bro. What did he used to do? He used to take off the jacket, right? Jacket time. I forgot what he said. What did he used to say? Forgot about that until I heard his name just now. What a throwback. Who the fuck was that, bro? What was his name? And what did he used to say? He used to yell jacket time? SRH with a $20 super chat. This guy's got 3 spots on the wheel. Great review of a good show, JD. Hope you are right on angle with Lucha Brothers. Usos. Reed can't get back soon enough. He looks fantastic. All your content is great per usual. See you and Jason on TNT. Icom and Jiro. Yes. Yes. Icom and Jiro. Yes, I remember him. SRH, thank you for the 20, brother. Joseph Curran with a $10 super chat. Joseph's got 2 spots on the wheel. Thank you, Joseph. JD, play JD, I'm here ugly on Wednesday. Play JD, I'm here ugly on Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday night is ugly. Just look at the lineup for Dynamite this Wednesday, man. I think I may rant on Wednesday. This may be the worst build to an all-in ever, honestly. Tony Brown with a 9.99. JD, I hear So Ruca has some black in her. If she doesn't, she definitely can. Well, Tony Brown, she is a lovely woman and very attractive, and Tyler Bate is a very lucky man. Very lucky man. Tony Brown with 2 spots on the wheel. Idaho. Your name looks close enough to Idaho. That's what we're calling you. $5.99. Sending you some support from France. I guess that doesn't really make sense then. If you're from France calling you Idaho, that's not going to work. Ida. Watching you since 13 years old. Yesterday, I've been 26. Never tired of your content. OTS for life. Well, look at this guy. We got to give this guy birthday cake emojis. Let's give my guy Ida 1007 from France some birthday cake emojis in the chat. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. That means a whole hell of a lot to me, man. That's 13 fucking years you've been with me. Holy shit. The Product. We got The Product with 2 spots on the wheel with a $10 super chat. Been a while. It's my birthday, but I'm broke. Just came to say yeah and show some support, formerly known as DJ Iffy. Brother, I hope you win the wheel. You and Meta. I'm pulling for you and Meta. How about that? We're pulling for my guy here and Meta. The Product Meta to win the wheel. Thank you, man. Dark One. $10 super chat. Dark One's got another spot on the wheel. I think he's already got 2, right? Let's see. Where is he at? Yeah, he's got 2. He's got 3 now. I think you only gave me 2 spots on the wheel, but I may be wrong, so here's another one. We'll give you another one. You got 4. Yeah, you got 20, and then this one. You got 4. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct, Dark One. I don't want to skimp on anybody's spots here. You got 4. I just gave you another one. Major motions. Did Triple H hire a new writer? Both shows have been hot. I have no fucking idea. I don't know what's going on. They've gotten more right than wrong, I'll tell you that. Balling with 57 months. I didn't even watch NXT at that point. I just remember your impersonation. What did he used to do? What did Ike Manjiro used to do? Did he come out and did he do that? Did he laugh? What did he used to do? I just want to check if we're missing anybody. I don't want to miss any of the big bombs. I know there were a couple of $100 super chats in here. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh my goodness, man. I think he used to laugh, right? Yes, he used to laugh. What a stupid fucking gimmick, man. Meta, you got a $50 super chat, right? Meta had a $50 super chat. Is that what he got? Meta had him. I gotta see. Yeah, Meta's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got Meta. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. YouTube is fucking weird, bro. I didn't want to miss Meta. But I don't know why did Meta, like, I don't see Meta super. Oh, there it is. How many super chats did Meta give, chat? Does anybody know? I just want to make sure it's right. Meta only had one $50 super chat, right? Yeah, we got him. I don't think I read his message, though. I got to read Meta's message. Meta says something about the Cults. Wouldn't want to spend mine anywhere else. My Colts signed Keenan Allen, and I get to chill with the best community on YouTube. I want Roman to be a full-fledged heel like 2024. No more tweener. He's more interesting that way. OTS for life. What is Issa saying? JD, don't forget to give yourself spots on the wheel, too, for the self-donations. I mean, I should put myself on the fucking wheel, right? I mean, I donated to myself all night. Might as well. All right, Meta's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That comes with the 50, and then he got another. All right, we're good. We're good. I don't want to miss anybody's spots. All right, guys, ready for the wheel? Let's get our... There we go. The official theme of the show. Let's shuffle these. Let's shuffle them. All right, we're ready. Here we go.
All of the things I've seen, every long and winding road. All that I gave up to get what I got. And maybe you'd understand why I'm never gonna stop. The best of the best of the best.
this guy goes away, he comes back, and he's the winner of Monday's Wheel. J-Man, if you are listening, brother, you got to reach out to me, man, on Twitter or Instagram. You got to reach out to me and send me your information. We'll get you a mug and a hat. And we'll get this guy an OTS care package. Oh, my goodness. J-Man wins tonight's wheel. This guy's a fucking beast. Thank you guys very much for all of your support tonight. You guys are awesome. You know where to find me tomorrow. I'll be live with the Solo Monster. Tuesday Night Titans. We got a lot to talk about. No 2 count with the coach tomorrow. Taking the week off. We'll be back the following week. But we got Tuesday Night Titans tomorrow. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you for the love tonight. You guys are fucking great. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow with more right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.